Okay, so we had a note that told us how to find the absolute max and min value on a continuous function f that's continuous on a closed interval of x values from a to b. Now this method only works if your function is continuous on that closed interval. And keep that in mind. All right, so here we're given that f of x equals x cubed minus 6x squared plus 5. We're asked to find the absolute extreme values on the closed interval of x from -3 to 5. Well, first let's make sure it's continuous. It is a polynomial. And we know that polys are continuous on all real numbers. And since the closed interval of x values from -3 to 5 is contained within the set of all real numbers, it's clear that our polynomial is going to be continuous for all those x values from -3 to 5. So we may proceed with this example. Okay, step 1 is where we find the critical numbers of the function f. And you recall how we do that? We take the derivative, we factor it, 3x times x minus 4, then we set it equal to 0, f prime of x equal to 0, and we solve for x. That gives us 3x times x minus 4 equals 0, which gives us x equals 0 or x equals 4. And these both live in the closed interval from -3 to 5. So those are the critical numbers of f. Okay, now we're going to evaluate the function f at these critical numbers. So we're going to calculate f of 0 and f of 4. F of 0 plugs 0 back into the original function, not the derivative, but the function. And we're going to get f of 0 equals 5. Do the same thing for x equals 4. Plug it back into f. We get f of 4 equals -27. Okay, now we're going to take the endpoints of the interval x equals -3 and x equals 5. Those are the endpoints on the closed interval. And we're going to evaluate the original function f at these values of x. So plug in x equals -3 into the original function. We'll get f of -3 is equal to -76. Plug the other endpoint 5 into the function, and we'll get f of 5 is equal to -20. Now we can make this following conclusion because this function was continuous on our closed interval. The conclusion is we can now select our absolute extremes from f of 0, which is 5, f of 4, which is -27, f of -3, which is -76, and f of 5, which is -20. Okay, so the result is the absolute max value, that's the y value, is f of 0 equals 5, because that's the largest value we get from that list for step 4. And the absolute min value is f of -3 equals -76. So the absolute extreme values are in the boxes. The max is 5. The min is -76.